Now that you've installed Productive, you want to add a new object to the Productive list. So let's add contacts. Click on the plus sign to see all your tabs and find Productive Objects. Now here we can see all the Productive objects that have been already defined. And let's create a new one by clicking New. Let's fill in the fields. Let's give it a name, contacts, the object API name, contact. If you're using a custom object, you need to add __c to identify that that's a custom object. Now, this is not a default object. Already have a count, that's the default object. Record limit, so this is the amount of records that you can see at a given time on the Productive tab. So you can increase this. So let's increase it to 150. Now we need to give a default grouping field. When users land on the page, this is going to be the default field that's going to be used for the columns. So we'll use a custom field called level. And let's use the default sort field as last modified date. And click Save. So the last thing we need to do now is we need to define the fields that are going to be visible on the record menu view that's going to be displayed in the Productive tab on when the contacts are selected. So let's define the fields. So let's set the header as the contact's full name. Let's add that. Now, the next field below the header, let's set that to email. Then the second field below the header, let's set that to account name. And the last field on the right side, let's set that as title. And let's add that. So now if we refresh the page, we can see at the bottom that we've added all the fields to the menu view. And now let's look at the Productive tab and see contacts in it. We can see we have contacts available in the object list. So I have all my contacts here grouped by level into 3 different columns and sorted by last modified date. As we can see, we have our defined 4 fields, so our header, full name, email, account name, and title. You can always go back and redefine these fields